A 93-year-old man sat on his porch and told a stranger that his dog was the only reason he still got up every morning. 3 days later, that dog was gone. And what happened in between is the kind of story that reminds you love doesn't have an expiration date. His name was Walter. He'd lived in the same small house for over 50 years, the kind of place with a creaky screen door and a mailbox shaped like a barn. His wife passed 6 years ago, and after that, the house got quiet. Too quiet. His daughter worried about him constantly, the way you worry about someone who spent decades taking care of everyone else and now spends his days alone. So she brought him a yellow Labrador puppy, golden and clumsy and utterly fearless, and named her Daisy. Walter says Daisy saved his life, not in some dramatic movie kind of way, in the quiet way. She got him out of bed. She made him walk to the mailbox and back twice a day, rain or shine. She slept at the foot of his bed every single night for 9 years. Neighbors say you never saw one without the other. Walter on his porch, Daisy at his feet. That was just how the street looked. So when a thunderstorm rolled through their small town one August night, and Daisy, usually calm, usually steady, bolted the second the screen door popped open, nobody could have guessed what it would set off. She was gone before Walter could even get his cane. 93 years old, standing in the rain, calling a name that wasn't answering back. Here's the part that gets us every time. Walter didn't sleep that night. He sat by the front window until sunrise, convinced she'd come trotting back up the driveway any minute. She didn't. And by morning, his daughter says, something in him had changed. He stopped eating much. He stopped going out to the porch. At 93, a loss like that doesn't just hurt your heart. People who know him started to worry it might take something more. The search started small. Flyers on telephone poles, a post in the town's community Facebook group with Daisy's picture, that unmistakable golden coat, that goofy open-mouthed smile dogs get in photos. But this is a small town, and small towns take care of their own. Within a day, that one post had been shared over 4,000 times. Volunteers Walter had never even met were driving country roads at dawn, calling her name out car windows. And for 6 days, nothing. 6 days of silence that felt unbearable to a man who'd already buried a wife, and now feared he'd lost the one thing left keeping him company. Word started spreading beyond the town. A local news station picked up the story. An elderly widower, his missing yellow lab, a community refusing to give up. And that's exactly when the story took a turn nobody saw coming. A woman almost 11 miles away called the number on the flyer. She said a skinny, exhausted yellow dog had been sleeping under her porch for 2 nights, too scared to come near anyone. She hadn't seen the news yet. She'd just been leaving food out, hoping the dog would trust her enough to check the collar. When she finally got close enough to read the tag, she says her hands were shaking. It was Daisy. 11 miles. Through storms, through unfamiliar roads, past cars and fences and everything a frightened dog could have gotten hurt by. Nobody knows exactly how she survived it, only that she did. Thinner, limping slightly, but alive. Now, here's the part that really matters. When they brought Daisy back to Walter's porch, his daughter says he didn't even wait for his cane. He got up out of that chair faster than she'd seen him move in years, and he just dropped down right there on the porch steps, and Daisy climbed straight into his lap, like she weighed 20 pounds instead of 70. Neighbors who'd gathered to watch say there wasn't a dry eye on the street. Walter just kept saying her name, over and over, like he still couldn't quite believe it. The vet checked her out that same afternoon. Tired, dehydrated, a few scrapes, but otherwise perfectly fine. Perfectly, miraculously fine. And Walter, who hadn't had much of an appetite in 6 days, sat down that night and ate a full dinner for the first time since the storm. His daughter says that's when she finally exhaled. Walter's 94 now. He and Daisy still do the same walk to the mailbox, twice a day, just a little slower than before. He put a new collar on her the week she came home, bright red, with his phone number stitched right into the fabric so it'll never fade. He told a reporter that he doesn't plan on letting her out of his sight again, not for one single day he's got left. And when you hear him say it, you understand he doesn't just mean it as a figure of speech. What gets me about this story isn't just that Daisy came home. It's the 11 miles. It's a community of strangers who dropped what they were doing for a man most of them had never met. It's a 93-year-old heart that had every reason to give up hope after 6 days, and didn't. Some bonds just don't know how to quit on each other, and every once in a while, the world hands us proof of that when we need it most. If this story warmed your heart even a little, do us a favor and hit that like button. It genuinely helps stories like Walter and Daisy's find their way to more people. And we'd love to hear from you. Do you have a pet that's gotten you through a hard season of life? Tell us about them in the comments below. And if you want more stories like this one, go ahead and subscribe.
We've got plenty more happy endings on the way.